everyone, it's Di here from Di's Den, and this week I'm going to show you how to make a Topsy Turvy card. This is not a new design or anything like that. It's just that I thought, oh, I love it, and I wanted to make another card in this design. I'm also going to make the envelope because it actually fits in the envelope like so. So let's show you how it stands up. It's not very easy to see, and I folded mine the wrong way, so when we do it the next time it will be folded so it goes the opposite way. There is no right or wrong. It doesn't matter if it folds that way or not, but it does stand up on its own, which is really good. See if you can see that a bit better. Oh. So yeah, it folds like so. This I would use retired paper, retired cardstock and retired stamp set. And this paper is actually from my old stash, which I use up. This is old-fashioned kind of designer paper where it's only one-sided and it's one on the other, and it's quite flimsy, so it's great for making envelopes with because it's thicker than normal paper, but it's flimsier than the designer paper from Stampin' Up. So we're going to make this card. It's really easy, and I'll show you what we need. Not a real lot. Now, before we start, we're going to be using the Darling Donkeys, which is a Sale-a-Bration set. So if you order $90 in Australian dollars, that is, worth of products, you can get this for free. How good is this? I love these donkeys. My mum and I, when she was up here the other week, we made so many of these. We cut out heaps. We sat here and fussy cut out heaps and heaps of them. So that's why I'm going to make this, because I've already fussy cut one out ready, which is gorgeous. So when we get around to it, I will show you what to do. Well, let's put that on one side. And I'm going to be using my layering circles. I'll show you them now. So my layering circle dies. And I'm going to be using these two, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 largest of the scalloped, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 largest of the plain. So I've already cut them out because I've got all of my bits and pieces ready beforehand, but I will show you how we're doing that as well. So let's see what we got. This is all we need. That's not even a real lot of stuff. So let's start. This is our main card, and I'm doing this in Purple Posy because this is a colour that's also coming up in the colour creation, and so I'm killing two birds with one stone, as they say. So this piece of card measures 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. Then we're going to need 2 pieces of designer series paper. Now this is from the I can't remember, abstract paper, I think that's what it's called. So we need 2 pieces of card anyway, and these come in a 6 by 6, and it's got gorgeous patterns. So if you've got a design that is actually directional, you do have to be careful. It's better to have a design that is non-directional, so that you make sure that when you cut it, and like on that side, you would have to be careful that you cut it both pieces the same way. So this piece measures, and you need 2 of them, 2.5 by 5.5 inches. You need an insert piece that measures 2.5 by 5 5/8 pieces. Now for your circles, now you can use circles, squares, ovals, any shape you want, but I'm using circles for my front. And this is a piece that measures 3.5 by 3.5, and this piece measures 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I've done those, and there they are, like so. So for my donkey, or whatever you're going to be putting on the front, if you want to put them on the front, you just need a scrap piece. This is a scrap piece I've got here, and I will actually stamp and colour this in with you, and then I can cut it out for Mum later on. So let's pop, whoops, wrong way around, pop that over there, that over there. And then for our envelope piece, we need a piece of card. Now this one has got nice purpley colour on the other side, which matches beautifully with my Purple Posy, even though this is not Purple Posy. and this measures 9 3/8 by 9 3/8, and we'll do that together with our envelope punch board afterwards. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our main card piece, and we're going to use our scoreboard, which is way back behind me, and we're going to bring this in, and we're going to score this card at, I don't know, what am I going to score it at? Let me have a look. Turn the page. There we go. We're going to score this at, maybe it's not, maybe it's on the other page. Oh yes, 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, so 2 3/4 and 5 1/2 on the long side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pop that board out of the way, and we're going to bring in our scoreboard. Our other scoreboard. Our whatever you call this board, I can't think what it's called. A cutting board. There we go, and I'll pop that back over there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put our other score lines in. So what we need to do is we want to score from the corner here down to the 2 1/2 inch, 2 3/4 inch line down here rather. So it's better if we pop this in on an angle, and then we can close this up, if we can see it. There we go. I can't see it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this with my ruler. No, I'm not going to do it with my ruler. I'm definitely going to do it on my scoreboard. The lighting in this room is absolutely dreadful today. It's funny light outside today. Okay, so I can't even see the lines. So there we go, we've got it there. So now I'm going to score from that score line. Oops. Down to there. There we go. From this corner down to this score line here. Alright, so once we've done that, and I've got a funny mark just there, that will go away. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. We're going to start at the 5 1/2 inch mark and go down to the end of the card. So let's pop that in there like so. Close that up, get your clothes out of it. And we have our other score line on there like so. So I'll pop that out of the way because we're going to need that board again in a moment. So we have here, let me show you with my scoring tool again. We have our 2 3/4 line and our 5 1/2 line, and then from the top corner on the left hand side down to the 2 3/4 inch mark, and then at the 5 1/2 inch mark down to the end of the paper down here. So now we're going to fold this, and this goes valley fold, mountain fold, mountain fold, valley fold. I think that's right. Yes, there we go. And I've done it around the wrong way again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open this up, and I'm going to go valley fold, mountain fold, mountain fold, valley fold. And now I've got it around the correct way. Okay, there we go, all nice and neat. That's just because I think it stands better with the fold on this side rather than on the other side, like this one does. Okay, so it's going to be mountain fold, valley fold, valley fold, mountain fold, which will be on my tutorial, which is on Die Stand for Stamping, Crafting tutorials. Okay, so that's our main card. So let's pop that out of the way, and what we need next is our 2 pieces of designer paper. Now with the colour that you want showing, you're going to bring in your cutting board again, and you're going to cut one from left to right, from the top left hand corner down to the right bottom hand corner. Whoops. Get my clothes out, it makes a difference. And we're going to cut that one that way. And then the other one, what we're going to do is we're going to cut that the opposite way. We're going to cut that from the right hand top down to the bottom hand left. Now this will make sure that both sides the paper is facing the same way. If you do them both the same way, you will get one lot of paper going one way and one lot of paper going the other. So what we're going to do now is we are going to pop these onto here. So that one and that one go here, and this one go here. So as I say, if you cut them both the same way, you'll have one lot of paper going one way and one lot of paper with the opposite. If you want it that way, that's fine. There's no right or wrong really. It's just that this is the best way to get the paper the same way. So let's pop our pieces on. I think I need to fill up my glue again. Starting to get a bit low. So once we're happy, we just pop them onto the front of our card. So we'll pop that one on there and that one on there first. Oops. There we go, let's push that down. It's a bit better. That one goes on the inside there. Now we pop the other two on the outside. Come back. Oops, that was not quite straight, is it? Where was mine? Mind. Not with us today. And this one goes on the other side. Now if you want to do a double layer on the front, that's fine. But for this card, I don't think it really needs it somehow. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to need that extra layer in between because it's so fine down the ends. We want it to look as nice as we can down in these corners. Okay, so that's the front of our card done. How gorgeous does that look? And it's just so, I don't know, just so bright. So this is a great card. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do our bit of stamping. So I'm going to use my donkeys. So I'm using my memento here, and I have my standing up donkey, which will pop him over here. So he's laughing and joking. And then let's pop that one out of the way. We need our sitting down donkey for on the inside of the card. So he can sit down the bottom here, like so. Oops, I can't find somewhere to put that. There we go, pop that over there. And then for our words, we are going to stamp our words for the inside of our card, which say, "Hey there friend, it's your birthday." And I'm going to stamp that in, what colour is this? Gorgeous grape. I couldn't even think what colour it was. And I'll pop that there. And there's some stars in there, so we'll pop some stars around his head, like so. So that's our insert. For our other piece, I'm going to stamp on my piece here, which is so that my donkey will be up here, and I'm going to stamp the hee-haw down the bottom here. So let's see, how's he going to be? He's going to be that way, I think. So we'll pop the hee-ha here. And that's all our stamping done. There we go. So we'll pop him on to the front of that piece there, so we know he's on there. Now I'm just putting mine on flat, but you could put him on dimensions if you really wanted to. So let's pop him on there, and then he can sit there and dry while we do the rest of this. And what I will do is I will close this up and show you how I coloured my donkey. I will colour this donkey because it's exactly the same as the other one, and I used my ivory blend along with my light and dark granite grey. So with my ivory, I used this for the inside of his ears here, just so they had that little pinky tinge, and his nose. And then using my dark granite grey, there's my dark one, I use this just to give him some colouring on his rump there where those marks are, and for his hair on his head and his hooves, and a little bit of shading down the side of his face and along this leg here, just so that it sort of looks a bit like he's, you know, got shadowing on him. And when I was happy with that, then I brought in my light one and I coloured the rest of him in with the light. And as he dries, the darker bits will show through. And that's all I did for my donkey. So that's our insert done. So let's put our insert into the card. I need to pull that bit off. And we can pop that onto the inside of our card, which goes in the centre piece here, nice and neatly. And oh wow, he's just looking so good. For our front of our card, what we're going to do is we're going to glue our two circles together. And I'm going to use that star again and put a few stars around him, I think. Just to give him some oomph, being it's birthdays. There we go. They look gorgeous sitting around him. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop him onto the front of the card like so. When we're happy with that, we're going to pop him off, turn it over, and once again we're going to draw a line with our pencil wherever I put my pencil. There we are. Just so we know which side to put our glue on. And then making sure we've got him up the right way, we will then pop him back into the middle of the card there like so. And what do you know, he's sitting on the front of the card. There we go. That's our card. How gorgeous is it? How gorgeous does that look? I think it's absolutely beautiful. I can't sort of show him any other way except for that way, and I think it's gorgeous. Now you could put that on dimensions if you wanted to on that one side, but I didn't. So let's move those two bits, we don't need them, they can go in the rubbish bin. And let's bring in our other board. Oh, actually I've got some gemstones here. These are retired. These are from the Noble Peacock, so they're quite retired. But I'm going to pop some of these purpley ones around him as well. This is one way of making sure he looks gorgeous. Oh, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. Come on. Okay, so that's some more on there for him. Okay, so let's pop him out the way, and we will bring in our piece of paper that we're going to be using for our envelope, and we're going to, let me turn the page over so I know what's using our envelope punch board. I have a 1, 2, 3 board, which is still an envelope punch board. It makes envelopes, bows and boxes all in one, because I didn't see the point in buying an envelope board, a bow board and a box board when I could buy one all in one. So that's what I did. So let's pull this out, and this board has everything marked on it as well if you want it. You can actually download a beautiful little app for your phone, which I haven't got my phone here so I can't show you it, which will give you sizes that are way bigger or smaller than what they use here, or different dimensions. So anyway, we need to put this in here at the 4 1/8 mark, and we need to punch and score. We're going to turn this and line this score line up with this mark here, which is the last of the marks on the side, and then we're going to punch and score. And we're going to do that on all 3 other sides, lining that up, punch and score. Oops, my punch board doesn't like gluing very thin paper, unfortunately, but never mind. And the last but not least, which is this one here. Oops. Punch and score. And all the lines will match up into that. Look at that, all of them but one. So then what we're going to do is pop our board back down, pop him in there, not all around the place. Just pick them up and get rid of them. And this is entirely optional, but I like to round the ends of my envelope corners. I find that the envelope just looks so much nicer once it's done. Let's put that board out the way. So they'll fold it and burnish all these score lines. And because this is thinner paper and I'm going to actually stamp on this, I'm going to put a piece of scrap underneath this so that the ink doesn't go all the way through. And I'm going to stamp my sitting down donkey once again in the bottom corner down here. And quickly colour in. So I won't tell you all about it, I'll just get straight on and do it. It won't take me a moment. There we go, all done. So once that's done, pop that piece of paper out the side, and what we're going to do is we're now going to bring in our sides of our envelope, and we're going to pop some double-sided tape down along the sides. Give them a bit of a rub over, pull off the release tape off the back, and bring our bottom up. There we have it. And we just pop some more tape around here if we're going to pop it in the post. And there's our card. How gorgeous is that? Ooh, it's puffed up. How gorgeous does that look? I love it. I think he's gorgeous and I love this donkey so much. When I first came out, I wasn't overly impressed with him, but the more I've seen him, the more I've used him, the more I love it. So that's our card for this week. If you would like the written tutorial for this card, please head down to the bottom of the page there and you will find the link to Di's Den for stamping, crafting and tutorials on my Facebook group. There you have to join, but it's free and you can pick up the tutorial for this and all my other tutorials. They're all in the file section. If you would like, you can have a look at this on my blog, because this is going to be Purple Posy, which is coming up later in February. So you will see this on there for that. And if you would like to have a look at it and join and follow me on my Pinterest, you can check out my Pinterest as well at Diane Furness. So I hope to see you all there. You will find the links all down below here, and I will see you all again next week. Bye for now.